Hello.
I'm just over here jamming out to the start music.
Did you notice that it looks like snow falling, but it's falling up? It's the first time I've ever noticed that. And
yeah.
I've watched that. I couldn't tell you how many times.
Countless I was just vibing to the start music.
I don't get to pick the music. It's what's in the system. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the finale recap of Project Runway. Finally.
Yeah, I told my husband over dinner, I said, the next time I bring up doing a live on Sunday evenings, tell me no. Tell me no.
Yeah.
Because like there's just something about Sunday nights. Like I just want to be like winding down. And I honestly think if it'd be different if this season was different. I honestly think. I think this season has been such a grind from the get-go that it's like you're not excited to come on and talk about it. You're like,
it's a chore.
I want to be reading the book.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't mind doing it on Sunday nights. It kind of is like a little something to look forward to on Sunday evenings. I just wish this season had been better.
I concur wholeheartedly.
So I think that's truly like what
Nancy, thanks. Bear down, Arizona. Nancy, you tell me, Nancy said she likes my shirt. Nancy, are you in Tucson? My husband went to U of A, so that's why I've got the shirt on. I did not. He did. My mother-in-law still lives in Tucson as well.
Nice. All right, you ready to dive into this? The finale.
Let's do this.
All right. This is the last one, guys. So leave us your comments. Let us know your thoughts. There was a lot that happened in only 58 minutes. So we only got like an extra 15 minutes for the finale than the regular episode. Let me click on it here. There we go. So we got host Heidi. We've got Christian, our mentor. We've got both Nina and Law were there. We had a guest judge. Michael Kors was back for the first time in a long time. He is an OG of Project Runway. So I was really excited to have him here. What about you?
Agreed. Yeah. I am a Michael Kors fan.
Yes. These were our top 5. If you missed last week's recap, there's a reason why Christian has angel wings and a halo. But there was supposed to be top 3, and then he saved the last 2, so we had a top 5. And this is where we're finding out who won the last challenge of episode 9, and who was out. And there was going to be 2 people out.
Janet's coming in right away. She's like, nope,
didn't like it. I love it, Janet. All right, so these were our top 5 looks from the episode 9 before we went into the finale. And Ethan won that challenge. And our bottom 2 and the 2 that ended up being out were Antonio and Bellania. So Bellania is out. Antonio is out. Were you shocked by this?
No. And I think it's kind of what we had all agreed last week. That's probably how this was going to go down.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously just some of these, I was going through this the other day and I was like, man, I even forgot about some of these designers. Mm-hmm. Like completely forgot that Angela was ever on this show.
And Alex too.
And Alex too, yeah. But anyways, here we are. Episode 10. It's a 5-piece capsule collection. They have a $7,500 mood budget, which, by the way, I had to Google because they didn't put that in the episode. But I was able to Google that. And it was a 5-day challenge.
Yeah.
Now, how did you feel about this?
I was folding laundry and I'm watching it and I'm just annoyed. Like this whole thing is, basically it's 1 day, 1 look. It's still a 1-day challenge, just extrapolated out over 5 days.
Yeah.
I remember like in the older seasons, they would get weeks, months.
Yes.
Granted, they were usually like 10-piece collections.
Yeah.
But it was just like, this is the creative grind they put on these designers this year, I think is just so unfair.
Horribly unfair. And a 5-day challenge for 5 looks, but it even said like day 1 was like drawing up your concepts and shopping at Mood. Like they really didn't get started with creating these until day 2.
And then you had model casting taking up time too.
Oh, and the drama around the model casting.
Yeah. And then granted, they had a second set. they had a second set of hands, which annoys me as well in some of the pairings, but they had help, but it just still was, I'm so over the creative grind.
I like Audrey's comment. Did you notice they each got their own machine at their station, or at least they commented on it, so they weren't having to run back and forth? Yeah, I mean, they should at this point. They were the top 3, and there's all these machines sitting over in the corner. So we're going to jump right into the first one, which was Ethan. He defined his collection as a rich collection. He wanted it to feel expensive and regal with jewel tones, crystal, and channel Utica, which is his alter ego. And his assistant was Yuchin. And you kind of mentioned they each got a previous designer on the show come back and be their assistant, which we really didn't see them assisting, but we did see them come in and everybody got excited. But I don't know, did they get assigned someone, or did they get to pick who they wanted to be their assistant? We never found that out.
We never found out, but of course the brothers were paired together, which I just, again, I think I don't know. I think that's an unfair pairing because they're so used to working together anyway. That, like, yeah.
Well, that, and not to backtrack, but when they were doing the model casting on day 1, like, I felt that whole scenario with the 4 of them sitting there, the 3 designers and Christian, and talking about each of the models, felt like that whole drama between VJ and Jesus was staged. It felt so staged.
It felt so staged. And, like, the words were just hateful.
I know.
And it was just not fair.
I know. It was, yeah. So anyways, this was the definition that Ethan gave of his collection. And the first piece you're going to see on each of these is what they would call their star piece, their key piece in each collection. I found it interesting that he defined it by jewel tones and crystals when it was all like blacks.
And not a whole lot. And he pivoted a couple times. So this, like, ball gown, because he was nearing the end and Christian was like, "What, you got to do a signature gown. It's like what you're known for."
Yeah.
And like, those take me like a week.
He's like, those take me weeks to build, and you want me to do it in a day.
And like,
they were about to go out, and he's under the dress hemming it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's stunning. This was honestly the most beautiful piece in his collection.
It was. It really was. He did pivot quite a bit. I did not like how he styled the hair and makeup on his models, which you'll see all of that. So this was the first look that Ethan had come out. I just felt like this poor girl was doing everything she could to, like, prevent her boobs from just spilling out. And we know that Ethan is not known for knowing how to fit a true female body.
Did you notice there was one look where he actually did a really nice job? Like, the boobs looked great.
We'll
come up on it. I was like, I was watching it and I was like, ooh, he figured out the boobs.
It's a fleeting moment.
That first look, those pants, like, you can see they're like slits. I don't know, just like,
you know what it makes me think of?
Huh?
The character Ursula from The Little Mermaid with the tentacles.
I think they need to be thinner. I think they were so thick.
This felt so heavy.
It felt very heavy.
And that's why it was just pulling off of her body. Like, it was just falling down.
Yep.
This was the second look. It just felt like the first look got put through like a wood chipper, and then this came out. I liked this one better than the first one, but I still have questions.
Well, and going back to
hanging out.
Well, and going back to that, it's supposed to be rich and luxurious, right?
And jewel tones and crystals. And we've seen eyelets and rivets and leather strapping and pleather.
Yep.
And this makeup and hair. It's
giving. You can't see there's like chains coming off their face.
Yeah, that was interesting. Then there was the vampire.
The vampire. And
even Heidi commented that they looked like a vampire.
Yeah. I did love the pleats. I thought the pleats in the skirt and the jacket sleeves were great.
I just felt like it just was so risque.
Yeah.
In ways that it didn't need to be.
Yeah.
Like, if it didn't have these cutouts here on the sides, but it was open open up top, that would have been fine.
Yeah.
But like this wasn't necessary.
I kept wondering if someone was getting a side peek or something.
From everything else to me. Yeah. What now?
I kept wondering if someone was getting a side peek of something.
Probably. And the other thing was he picked this model because this model says that he actually does drag. So for him to not put him in something more drag-esque, in my opinion, was kind of shocking.
Yeah.
And I don't understand what these little things are hanging down from his forehead. Are those supposed to be his vampire fangs?
I don't know. The bottom felt caveman style. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah. And the belt looks like one of those weightlifting belts that guys wear at the gym. Anyways, I wasn't a huge fan of this look personally because I just didn't know where to look, and I was also scared to look. Sumo wrestler, yeah, that's Audra. Yep. I could kind of see sumo wrestler for sure. All right, Ethan's fourth look was this one.
This was the one where the boobs got some love in this one.
You know, maybe because they're cups. We don't know if he's filling those cups completely, but at least they're in the right place.
They are in the right place. I mean, I'm just saying he made progress.
I didn't, out of the previous, out of these four, this one was probably my favorite. Yeah, because it felt pretty and it felt like showing skin, but also classy too. I mean, this skirt's like super short, right? Obviously,
and in the back, the tushy is showing. But you know what? I could actually see someone wearing this at the Grammys. I could 1,000% see someone wearing this at the Grammys.
Totally. So I thought this was fun and edgy, but like not inappropriate. But you're right. When she turned around, her whole butt was hanging out. So that was interesting. But I liked the weight of the bottom of the skirt.
Yeah, I did too.
So those were his first four looks. And then we get to the ball gown, which was stunning.
And like that front wrap comes around and connects to the skirt.
It does, down the back. Beautiful. But this piece felt so different than the previous four pieces. Like the previous four pieces were very edgy and like couture streetwear, like, you know, designer streetwear, like kind of high end. Like this feels like ball gown. Like this
feels to me, if someone was like, this is what like Maleficent would wear to the Oscars.
Yes. Or the Met, or you know what I mean? Like this
felt stunning.
So different.
Yeah.
But the hair and the makeup.
Again, yeah.
And the chain was not necessary. And we'll talk about the feedback that they each got at the end, but that was one of those things is like sometimes less is more. So anyways, those were Ethan's 5 looks that he literally pulled out. Like he was going in a completely different direction. And when he originally started, he did have jewel tones. And I actually really liked the things he had draped originally on his 5 mannequins, but they were very much, like Christian said, things that we had seen him do before, and he needed to be different. And that's why he pivoted. So he had spent money on all this fabric and had to go back and get all new fabric, like I think twice. So he was stressing me out. I thought he wasn't going to have a complete collection. All right. So these are his 5 pieces. Yeah.
Feels it's vampy.
Very vampy.
Very vampy. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind vampy, but it's just,
It was heavy.
It's heavy.
All right. Up next was VJ. VJ was, her inspiration came from the Mercury Man from Terminator. So that's what her collection was about how that character in the movie transforms into various shapes as a villain to become like invincible, to like keep winning all these battles and stuff. VJ's assistant was Joan, which I thought was an interesting pairing, why they didn't bring like Melania or one of the more recent ones back, but they brought Joan back. And that makes me, because of that makes me kind of feel like maybe they got to pick who came back, because I know VJ and Joan were pretty close.
And I feel like I want to talk about the Terminator thing. She said her and her dad used to watch it, and her dad passed away, and then she decided that she would become the person who cared for the family when her father passed away. So it was kind of like the Terminator reference is not like just a movie. It was to
it was
memory of her father. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And when she explained that, it made sense. Mm-hmm. But when she hadn't explained that yet, and I was listening, I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. Yep.
So, anyways, so that was the theme for her collection, and this was the first look, and I actually kind of like this one. It was really hard to get a photo of, and it bugged me that you could see their fingerprints on the material, but I don't think that could go away. They tried to clean it as best they could, but I actually really like this, and it may be hard to tell, but like the edges of all of these pieces are zipper teeth.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was innovative. I think it was different.
Yeah,
VJ's got does an incredible job of finding a way to make unique materials work. Think about those shuttlecocks from the Unconventional Materials Challenge.
Yeah.
She has an incredible ability to make magic out of something that you would never see in a normal light.
Yeah. No, I actually, and I know some people were like, the judges were kind of confused by this look when it first came out, but I was like, oh no, if this is where she's starting, it's just going to get better, in my opinion. Yeah. And I wasn't wrong, because then this came out and it was an interesting mix of like the shiny with the dull muted, but then also bringing those zippers in. I liked this. I thought this was fun, and it was still telling the same story, but it was like the transformation of it.
Yeah, I didn't like the skirt. The skirt felt very frumpy to me. I feel like she could have done the same effect without that flap hanging down, creating that extra layer there.
Like this piece.
That piece, yeah. It just felt, I felt like it could have been sleeker. Like you could have brought that new material in a less, I mean, it was supposed to be kind of like a transformation, but it just felt heavy.
Or if there had been pants instead of a skirt on this one, because you had a skirt on this one and there's a skirt on a dress on the next one, and so this one could have been a pant option to kind of have that balance. But yeah, no, I see what you're saying for sure. And then this came out, so it was a transition, and I actually really I feel like this was the first time I've seen a plus size model look and feel really beautiful and confident on the runway in what she was walking down in, because we've seen so many things, and you'll see some in this in Jose or Jesus's collection, like just the tiniest skirts, and like that's not, I don't know, for at least in my opinion, nobody, no matter their body style, like that can be comfortable walking in, because you just are afraid that any bits and parts could just pop out. And kind of like with Ethan's like tiny little skirt too, or things that we've seen in previous episodes. But this one, just, I feel like I could see this anywhere. It was beautiful. It felt like something I could buy off the rack. It also felt like something I'd see on a red carpet. It was just stunning.
Yeah, the first thing I thought was, you don't usually see this type of material on the runway, and she did a beautiful job draping it.
It's a knit.
Yeah, which it's basically a rib knit.
Yeah, Law called that out. He's like, I thought it was a very interesting choice to use a knit, and I was actually glad to see it, because I think a lot of people are scared to use knits in design wear stuff. So because it is stretchy and we can create challenges. But I thought this was done very well. And even with a heavier material, it didn't feel heavy or
no, it didn't. It didn't. It was like the opposite, in my opinion, of the skirt from the previous look.
Yeah, this one feels heavier for sure.
Yep, it feels heavy.
All right, so the next one was the black sporty look with the leather jacket. You've got the little chainmail top underneath, and I absolutely loved these pants.
I thought it was really cool. I felt like it was a little bit of a shock coming off of like that sweater dress. But I did like it very much.
Yeah, I feel like if there had been some black incorporated on this look, even like a black skirt. So we went from all silver to silver and black to this, back to black. Then it would have tied in the black needed to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Just a little bit just to connect it. But I really liked this look. And I also loved the fact that where the cutoff is, it's a tasteful short.
Yeah.
It wasn't
it's not a hoochie short.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Because you're showing skin up here, so it was just a little peekaboo here, inappropriate. I thought that was really classy, and all of her models were styled with very minimal like hair and classy makeup. It really just made the outfits shine.
VJ,
and then her final. Okay, go ahead.
VJ knows how to dress the female form.
Yes.
She's shown that the whole season.
And then this was her final look, which this is chainmail that's like hand beaded, and
it
was
incredible.
Hand sewn, because you can't put that through a sewing machine.
No.
And yes, Audrey says she loved the top underneath this jacket, and that's chainmail, and that's what connects it to this dress. So I will say, for the most part, her collection told a story all the way through. This was absolutely stunning and classy and gorgeous and beautiful. And as we know from this show, VJ is a trans woman, and her main model is also a trans woman. And so that was kind of like a big moment for her to get to choose this person to be their model and showcase their final look. And they did beautifully. So I thought that was a really kind of interesting moment for them. To call that out.
Audrey, do you think it's as heavy as they said it was? Yeah, I do.
But you couldn't tell by the way this model.
No, the way Mimi walked. It's Mimi, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like it was. She walked with so much grace.
Yeah.
However much it weighed, she didn't let on in any way, shape, or form.
And she's tiny. They're very petite, but Christian even said like it is heavy. I would love to know how much that material cost per yard.
Yeah,
out of her $7,500 budget. Maybe that's why she did rib knit on the other one.
Right. Is that knit on sale? Is that like Joanne's pricing? Can I get that?
I'll figure out from Joanne.
I'll figure out how to make it work. Is there a 40% off coupon on the knit?
Zipper tape by the roll.
Right.
Just so I could do the chainmail. It was a bold move, but it was absolutely wonderful. And
stunning.
Audrey, we too want to know how much it weighs, because it looked like she was just floating.
Yeah.
Like with ease.
I mean, she was sparkling down the runway.
I know. So looking at this all together, like they are pretty cohesive.
It all works.
It all makes sense.
Yeah.
And I really loved this collection, and I expected this from VJ.
Yeah.
Truly. She's kind of been the dark horse this whole season. She's always been very, very talented. All right. Last but definitely not least was Jesus. He was going for a pink feminine collection to honor his brother, who loves the color pink, and his mom. Now, before I dive into this one, and obviously his brother was his assistant, they even have the same pose.
Yeah.
I don't remember in the past where the designers, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the designers came out and spoke about their collection before they is that tradition?
Yeah, they always do.
Okay, I couldn't remember that, but it felt awkward.
Yeah, they usually always do. So yeah, I actually enjoy it because I like seeing them get out and because I feel like they should say something.
Yeah.
Can we just tangent for a second? I've got some tea here. On the back of my tea thing from Yogi Tea, it said, "One who knows how to enjoy life does not need riches." I had no idea there were little messages, like Dove chocolate messages. I had no idea. Okay, tangent. Janice said they think they said at Mood it was $1,700 a yard. I mean, that's easily like what, 3 or 4 yards?
Oh, easily.
Okay, that's why she's buying rib knit. Probably.
That's why there's only a strip under that denim or that black jacket. That was all that's left.
Right.
All right. Hey,
okay. Well, and I just think, honestly, I can't get over how unfair I feel it is that Antonio was his assistant.
I think
because they already work together, so they can just it's almost like they've got a leg up on everybody else.
You would think so, but then you see this.
Yeah. Sure.
And then you're like,
maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe
Okay.
2 heads are not better than 1, even if they are twins.
True.
So obviously he was going all pink, and he didn't just do variants of pinks. He did 1 shade of fuchsia for the whole thing. And this one doesn't show up as pink as the other pictures. For some reason, it was the lighting during the show when I was trying to capture these snapshots. But this was my favorite look out of his whole collection.
Oh, I think it was a great look. Like this look came strutting out, and I was like, okay, we're here to play.
Yeah.
Because she rocked it. She looks amazing.
I love the hair.
Tasteful.
The makeup is subtle.
I mean, her boobs are super tiny, so the top is super tiny. But I mean, like, it's just a tasteful, glamorous look.
Yeah, and I love the little silver bag with it, which I thought was really pretty. So, I loved this look. And then
it went downhill.
We had this. This is that example that I was talking about earlier, where someone who is put in a teeny tiny skirt. And while it fits her, it doesn't fit her, because look at all the bunching and stuff as she walks because of the shape and curves of her body. It needed to be longer, and then you would have eliminated all of that bunching, and it would have looked better on her. It's things like that they don't know how to fit different body sizes that shows it for me.
It shows, and I was very distracted by the shoulders. Because it was in this shape where it's like, it wasn't so exaggerated that it looked intentional. So it really just looks ill-fitting.
Yeah, it's not, it's like someone put shoulder pads in this, and it's hanging off of her shoulders here and here. This part right here also looks like she just like tucked it up under her boobs. It's not
a clean edge.
It's not a clean edge. And then you've got the flamingo skirt hanging down that I thought could have just been taken off completely. I didn't get this.
Yeah. He does that again, and I think he's trying to tie it into something else.
Well, and also he's like Ethan, where he doesn't know when enough is enough.
Yeah, how to edit.
Then there was the next look. And so now we've got more pink, more ruffles, but we're introducing, I don't know what these were. It was something silver. It looked like flowers and beads.
Well, it's also, it's very, the pants, unfortunately, again, are so ill-fitting.
Yes, you're getting all this bunching. I know it's hard to tell in these pictures, but this fuchsia with the colors of the runway made it really hard to get some clean photos. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of nice photos out there yet on the internet of the final looks. They don't post them like the next day or two. So I did my best, but yeah, there's a lot of bunching here. And then this, this just looked uncomfortable and ill-fitting. Like this needed to have a different situation.
Well, and kind of like
I would have taken this off the shoulders and hung it down across the back so you didn't see that. You know what I mean?
And do you even need it? It's like the flamingo thing in the last look, like this shawl situation. Like it would have been cleaner without it.
Because from the front, you would think this had sleeves on it, and then she turns around, and you're like, oh, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's just a shawl, basically.
Yeah. And then we transition to mostly this silver floral. This looks so heavy. And it looked like it was pouring from her ears.
And
she's got these heavy
in a good way.
No. I also thought, like, of all the models to put this on, this silver color that washes you out. Why would you put this on your fairest skin model? Like this would have looked better on one of the previous models that had darker skin tone, because see how that silver pops on her?
Right. Yep.
Like and she's got pink in her skin. So having more pink on her and the less silver probably would have looked better. I felt like she looked washed out. And she looked, maybe it's just her model face, but her face looked like she was struggling to wear that down. It just looked so heavy. And then again, we've got the accentuated curved hips that he's done 3 times now.
Betty said they look like she's wearing heavy barnacles. Not wrong. Not wrong, Betty.
But not in a good way. Like this would be like if there was another Little Mermaid villain, this would be the outfit because it just looks miserable.
Facts. Yeah.
All right. And then look 5. By the way, can I just say that the picture on the left was a screenshot from me watching it on my computer. The picture on the right was the professional photo I found online today. And it still looks blurry because it is so fuzzy. Like, it's just so many feathers. Like, this is the professional, like, that's how fluffy, fuzzy, furry, like a pink toucan.
So in judging, they had her take the sleeves off.
So much better without the
and
sleeves.
It looked like 1,000% better because honestly, she looks a little bit like a pink Big Bird.
Yes, and someone even said she looks like a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Like she looks.
Yeah,
she's lost.
And Audrey, you're right. The zipper not being an invisible zipper, was a massive miss.
He also said he had a fuchsia zipper, but he wanted to add like some silver from the other ones into this one, and that was his way of doing it. And I was like, that was not that was not the answer, and it was not needed.
No.
And again, the accentuate. So here's look number 4 this season of the oversized hips.
But the thing is, why do you need the oversized hips? Like, why? Why do you need the oversized hips?
He doesn't. He feels like he's got to do all the things. If he had not done the oversized hips, gotten rid of the sleeves, and left the feathers at the top, this would have been beautiful.
Yeah.
It just wasn't needed.
Not needed.
So, all right. So these were his top 5 looks.
His first look was the best look you put out there.
Yes. We're talking about this one. The one that looks like it doesn't belong in this collection.
Correct.
Truthfully, the one that doesn't look at all like it. But there's so many shades of pink.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do the same pink for all of them. And the other thing I thought was really interesting is he was like, I'm going to make more than 5 pieces. I'm going to make a bunch of pieces and pick the best ones. And these were his best ones. And I think if he had just focused on doing the very best for 5 instead of wasting his time on others, that this would have turned out better. But no, it was. And what's interesting is he's the only designer in the competition that's done a collection before. On his own and has his own design business. So yeah, I was a little disappointed by this. And I think he should have just stayed true to himself and not done pink. It was so much pink.
Well, he said Antonio was going to do pink.
Yeah. And this was in honor of Antonio. And I'm like, well, Antonio's not the finale. So why are you doing this?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So our top 3 with their top looks. This is it. And before we go on and reveal who won, if you don't already know, love to know from before you found out who won, who did you think was going to win out of these 3?
I'm not saying anything.
You should.
Honestly, I had no idea the way this season is gone. I know. I was hoping VJ, just because with Ethan following closely behind, Jesus wasn't even on my radar screen.
No, my first was VJ, my second was Ethan, my third was Jesus.
Yeah.
Audrey, that makes me laugh. She said, "I'm surprised they didn't put a silver heart on the left side boob on every pink garment."
Another growth, another chest growth.
Yeah, exactly. Janet and Betty both said they thought Ethan was going to win. Audrey said she thought they were going to pick Ethan. I mean, my opinion was that VJ's was the best collection. But I had a feeling that they might pick Ethan as well, but I didn't know. I feel like all their judging's been based on popularity more so, and talent, but popularity too. I haven't always agreed with who they picked for winners each.
Yeah, I haven't either. But I did. I think if you look back collectively at VJ's work throughout the season, she has shown what she's capable of. I mean, she has made a lot of diversity, all beautifully made. Very few misses. And so I truly think,
and And the misses she's had has been like color choice, but not construction. You know what I mean? Like,
and she's capable of seeing things in a way that no one else does. Like I said, I keep going back to those, like the shuttlecock one followed closely by that black one that was supposed to spin off of the unconventional materials. Like, just incredible. And like, and I know the Wizard of Oz or the Wicked Challenge, like, didn't hit the mark in regards to color, but the design and like, she did a beautiful job.
Yeah, I agree. So everybody, okay, Audrey's already announced it. So the winner is, in case you didn't already know, VJ. I was so happy with this. I was too. Because I was like, whatever they announce right here is going to determine how much effort I put into the slide deck for our Sunday night live recap. Because if it was going to be someone other than BJ, I was going to be like, and here's the 3, and here's their total collections, and here's your winner, and I'm out. Like, I was so ready to be done. But overall, I felt like VJ deserved this wholeheartedly. And to your point, here's her looks from this entire season. I took the time to go back through all my photos and grab these looks. And honestly, there's only one that I didn't like. And it was the very first one. No, it was the very first one. It was the this one down here.
Oh, see, for me, it was the Western one. The Western one was a pretty big miss. But then you also got to remember that she hand cut every single one of those pieces of fringe. So then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, this one, this first one just looked like a trash bag with some pants, and it just was not memorable, and it was not a good representation of who she is. But like, I thought all of these were amazing. This shuttlecock one was one of my favorites, followed by the black one. I mean, but look, you've got men and women.
Yeah.
And trans woman all on this stage of her models, and she nailed all of them with the fit and construction and attention to details and the creativity.
And menswear.
Yeah, menswear, women's wear, fitting the body. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All of her models always looked so comfortable and confident. And remember, a lot of these, she even made custom shoes to match.
Yeah.
Remember that? She made custom shoes for this white one, the shuttlecock. She made custom shoes with this one, and Nina called it out and was like, give me those shoes. I want them right now. So there's been several times where she's made stunning footwear to go with her outfit. Amazing. So anyways, I think this was well-deserved. I'm really happy for her. I know this is going to mean a lot for her family as well. Her mom was there. So it was really sweet. And I will say, drama aside from the season and her and Jesus like butting heads a lot in this episode, the reason why I again feel like it was so staged was because afterwards they all acted like nothing had happened. And that was probably like the reality of it, is like they're all friends, but they have to put on this show. So anyways.
Did you see at the end they put out a call for people who are interested in being on upcoming seasons?
I did not see that. Really? Girl, if it was like this, no thank you. If it was like the previous season, sign me up. But I want to have no part in how they run.
Yeah, at the end of the episode, they said if you're interested in being on future seasons of Project Runway, you can go to this website or whatever and apply.
No thank you.
I think Jesus and VJ actually had a crush on each other. Maybe.
I think Jesus had a crush on every person that came through the door.
That's true.
But Jesus's like boyfriend or partner showed up at the end, and like I was like, oh, because he like straight up was like, remember that eczema challenge with the guy that he had, and they were like so handsy and flirty and like, oh, you're gonna be my husband, but like apparently he has a person, he has a man, he has a partner. So I just was like, oh, the way he like behaves, you would not think he does.
No, you sure would not.
Especially in front of a camera. You know, everybody's seeing this.
Everybody.
Anyways,
everybody.
This has been fun, guys. On Sunday nights. And here we are. We're done with Sunday nights. Not
that we don't enjoy hanging out with you.
No,
it's
we do.
Just it would be fun if the season had been like the old seasons.
I know. But we did it, and we can say we did it, and we can say we stayed into it all the way through the end, even though we wanted to quit 6 episodes ago.
Correct. We persevered.
We did persevere, and I'm very proud of us.
Yeah. Thanks, Audrey. Audrey says it was fun.
Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it. I don't know. It's just been fun to hang out with you. Nancy says, on Reddit, it said that Ethan got to assign the helpers since he won the final challenge. Why would they cut all of that out?
Right.
I shouldn't have to go Nancy. To Reddit or Google to get the information of the show. But then why would he assign Antonio to the...
Maybe he took requests and honored people's requests. Because that feels like an Ethan thing to do. Ethan feels like the kind of guy that would be like, okay, yeah, that's who you want. Like, he would honor people's requests.
Well, at the end of the day, you can look at it two ways. You could be the person that tries to sabotage others to get ahead. Yeah. Or you can be the person that says, I feel confident in my talents. I want them to feel confident in their talents and have a true, honest competition without anything hindering anybody. And so, you know, it says a lot about his character. Yeah. But I feel like there's so much to this season that we do not know.
We didn't see.
That we should have known.
Yes. Yeah.
Like I said, I think I haven't sewn at all this weekend, and I feel like I've sewn more than they have on this show. I shouldn't have said that right when you took a sip of tea. But it's true. I literally have not turned on my sewing machine at all this weekend, which I was hoping to do. And maybe I'll go do now that we're done with this. I've done so much computer work this weekend. But like, in all reality, that is just how little sewing and construction we've seen.
So what I really love is, for those of you who don't listen to our podcast, the Sewcial Hour Podcast, Bethany and I are so alike in a lot of ways, but we're also very, very different in a lot of ways. And that comes out in our podcast. So for example, when Bethany's like, oh, I'll go sew now at 7:45 at night, I'm like, oh, time to go read my book. So I'm in bed by 9. Like, that is the exact.
No, I'm going to go finish a whole quilt top tonight.
You are not.
Yes, I am, because I haven't gotten to sew all weekend. I have 5 hours of footage for that quilted shoe tutorial that I spent my entire day editing down to like an hour and a half in a rough draft so I could email it to my editor tonight in hopes I get it back this week. Like, and it took me all day. And then freaking iMovie, because I just was like, I'll just do this real quick in iMovie. I know all the shortcuts, and it made it go faster. And I'm doing it in iMovie, and it freaking crashes like 3 times. And I thought I lost all my work, and then it rebooted, and it was there. And then I went to save it, and my laptop is out of space for this file because it's so big. And I'm like, so I'm over here like spending an hour cleaning crap off my laptop, because I'm horrible at like downloading our podcast episodes and then to upload them to our systems, right? And then like I never delete them. So they're just sitting. So like I went through and like cleaned house, but that was my day. And then yesterday was the same. I did a lot of editing. I did a lot of stuff prepping for my sewing retreat coming up. I mean, it was just it's been a lot this weekend, and I just was like, I'm going to get up and sew. But then I think of something else. I mean, I have checked a lot of my to-do list.
I did a whole reel talking about this afternoon.
I know.
I know. Nancy, you are more than welcome. We enjoyed doing this. Does anyone want to see a teaser of what I only had like an hour to sew today? But do you guys did anyone want to see a teaser of what I did?
Yeah.
I'll be posting a reel about it.
Motivate me to like.
See if is anybody still with us? I can't see who's with us.
Yeah, we've got quite a few people watching right now.
Okay, if you guys want to see a teaser on what I made, tell me if you want to see a teaser. Otherwise, you'll see it later this week when I post it.
I'm saying yes.
Well, I was asking, you always want to see my stuff.
Well, yeah.
You know, I made a little Halloween pillow.
I know. It's
all applique.
What is that material? Oh, it's applique. It's so cute. Did you stitch all the way around that whole thing, or was it done in your new embroidery machine?
No, I appliqued that all of it.
It looks so good.
So I did, here, I'll tell you guys what I did. Where's my old, hold on, people are still hanging out. Okay, so here's what I did. Okay. went into Microsoft Word, if we still use Microsoft Word, and I found a font I liked. And so then I printed it out and then traced it, reversed onto heat and bond, and then cut it all out and then just applicate it down. This is inspired by something I saw in a catalog, and I was like, I'm not paying for that. I'm going to make it. I'm going to use some black canvas and some scraps that I've got. I didn't buy a single thing. And then it's going to have 2 partner pillows to go with it.
Oh, what are they going to be?
I'm not going to tell you. Hold on. I'll give you a hint.
Rude.
Well, so here are the colors.
Ooh.
So what do you think?
Candy corn. Candy corn is my favorite.
Yep.
I love candy corn.
The podcast Bernina did, podcast with the Bernina crew that were on site. Oh, they did? Ooh, Nancy. Okay, we'll have to find that. So we'll have to find that podcast.
I am going to OSQE on Thursday, which is the Original Sewing and Quilt Expo here in Nashville on Thursday. So if anybody is in Nashville and is going to that, it's actually out in Lebanon at the Wilson County Fairgrounds, but it's the Nashville OSQE. I'm going to be there on Thursday, and I'm taking my first long arming class. I'm really excited. Yeah. Then shopping and seeing friends. And then Friday, I fly to Houston Quilt Market, and I'll be in Houston Quilt Market from Friday to Monday night, or Friday morning to Monday night, and then I come back, and then it's my birthday.
It is your birthday.
My birthday. This actually season ended on at a good time because I'm gone like the next 2 Sundays. So this would have been really hard to continue if it hadn't wrapped up. But
yeah, this timing worked out really well.
It really did. It really, really did. Because you're traveling next weekend too, and then after that, the following weekend I have my sewing retreat. So
yeah.
Audrey, I think I would love long arming too. I really want to get a long arm, and I'm trying my best to make that happen. So we'll see.
Willing it into the universe.
We are manifesting it. But yeah, I was really hoping to get more done this weekend. So I am going to go sew a Christmas quilt table runner that I have to finish and take to Houston Quilt Market with me. So.
Well, she's sewing tonight. I will be reading my book. And we hope that you guys tune in on Tuesday. We have a new episode of the Sewcial Hour podcast. This week, we are talking about sewing for the holidays because it's that time of year. And we start planning. So we hope you follow us on YouTube, follow us on all the streaming channels, find us on Instagram, whether it's Bethany or myself or the Sewcial Hour Podcast. You can find us all there. And we really appreciate you guys all hanging out with us.
And thanks for making this a fun thing to do the last few Sundays, because honestly, you guys chatting with us on Sunday nights is what's gotten us through this season. This and wine. So we appreciate you guys hanging out with us and getting us through it. And here's hoping that they listen to the feedback, and next season's even better. So
yeah.
All right. See you next time.
Bye.
Whenever there is a next time. Bye.